Whoa, nah. Welcome to I Choose You podcast, where we discuss all things marriage. We're your hosts. I'm Gregory, and this is Naisha Ray. Before we dive in, there are a few house rules to be followed. One, be respectful of one's opinion. Two, have fun. Three, make sure you share this podcast all up and down your social media platforms. So tonight we will be discussing how to grow and improve your relationship.
I guess that's my cue. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, I'm gonna say it every week. We appreciate you all joining in. As he said, we'll be talking about um questions that can help grow your relationship because things are changing, people change, situations change. So it's best to know your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, or um just to continue knowing who they are, how they operate, because things may change. But before we dive into that, I hope you all have been joining in on this 30-day relationship challenge with us. We are on day 10. Day 10 is just simply creating a late date night with your spouse. Take the rest of tonight after you join in with us and just create the mood for your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance. Just to enjoy one another, but make it into a date. Again, that's day 10. Make sure you snap a couple pictures and use hashtag HME relationship challenge. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into it. So the first question is, if you're having a bad day, how can I best support or cheer you
If I'm having a bad day, how can how can you cheer me up? There's many ways to cheer me up, but a simple hug will do. Words of encouragement, something light, something simple. You know what I mean? Rub my back, rub my bald head, fix me a drink or two.
up? So outside of those things, what's something that I can do different? Because I do all of those.
Just hold me.
Um, so my things would be, if I'm having a bad day, how can he best support me or cheer me up? Just a lend and understanding ear, because sometimes I just need to vent or just need somebody to cry, shoulder to cry on. He does that. However, um, it's not really much. I mean, I'm not a hard person to do things for or to cheer up. So the only thing is when I'm in my mood, just let me come out of it on my own. But if it was something you can do to help that, um, it just be what you do on a regular. Bring me something to eat. Some tacos would cheer me up.
I ain't bringing no tacos. Ain't giving no tacos.
So the second question is, what was your first impression about me?
My first impression about you, uh, your attentiveness to Isaiah.
Mm.
I looked at you as a, so that's a good mama right there. I just seen that was my first impression. First impression was seeing you was Isaiah. It was like, all right, she got something going on. So that was my first impression. It was the best impression. It shocked me to see that. I ain't saying a lot of people don't do it, just to see it or be a witness of it and just see it, especially in the church. A mother with her son in the church, that just that that captured me in a way.
Hmm. So my first impression of you was
Tell the truth.
smooth talker. Um, Cause he had this little the way he walk in church is like untouchable almost. And they captured me because it was like, who is this dude walking in here like that? Mm, what he got going on?
Excuse me.
Because he did have a little. It's like one of those smooth talkers, and they sneaky. But
Dang.
yes, that's the first thing. I mean, I'm not complaining about it because that is what captured my eye. But yeah,
Smooth talking and sneakiness.
hmm
That was the first impression.
yeah.
I smooth talk you.
You didn't say anything to me. I said you looked like that's how you was.
So when you did interact with me, what was your first impression?
My first impression once I interacted with you is that you cool, you lay back, you chill, no nonsense. Um.
No nonsense, no bull.
So the third one is, how often do you think of me when we're apart?
All the time. Oh, you ain't gonna tell that story.
You can tell it.
I ain't gonna tell it. I ain't gonna tell it. How often do you think of me when we apart?
Hardly.
Hey, you win some, you lose some. I ain't mad at you.
Because I'm always thinking about you, but I have so much other things that's going on in my head. What?
Y'all heard
We
it
be
first.
honest.
Y'all heard it first.
Of course you be on my mind, but I think I'm on your mind more than you're on my mind. There's nothing wrong with that.
See, man, I'm 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 on y'all side, guys. You know, I don't get too many men on here, but I'm on y'all
Listen, I'm
side.
not gonna get on here lying about nothing.
That's cool. I
It,
ain't, that's cool. Hardly on their mind. Y'all heard it first.
that's not what I said.
Thank you, Misha. Dang. That what you said. You what did she say, Misha? Run the tape
What
back.
I said was, I think about you. You are on my mind all the time. However, there are other things on my mind that everything is taking up space in my mind, Gregory. Yes, I think about you when
Clean it up.
we're. Next question. 'Cause
Clean it up.
what was our most romantic moment together?
The most romantic moment together? Past, present, or future?
What was our most romantic moment together?
In the past, I'm gonna
Baby.
say I could give three answers. I'm gonna give you past, present, and future.
Okay.
In the past, the
She
most
said that.
that was a call. When see me, I told you, man. But if old Ray Ray come out, then y'all gonna be she gonna be calling y'all tomorrow. Man, that nigga ding gang 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 gang. Anyway, my most romantic moment in the past with her was cooking her and her family dinner. I was a young, yes Lord, past, present. In the present, the most romantic moment together.
Got a brain fart?
I'm trying to think. Is every moment to me with you is romantic, so I can't just say
Hmm.
that. Jesus be offense.
Not tonight.
oh, oh,
So the most romantic moment.
for you was
So the most romantic moment for me was his birthday when I went out. It was out of my element to of cooking the way I cooked and doing all of that extra for you for your birthday.
thank you, baby. What that was a
So
romantic
these are
moment.
some questions that you can ask your significant other to see where y'all are in y'all relationship, to bring those memories back, so you can keep those memories in your mind. Um,
I ain't forget about that. You took care of me on my 40. She did, y'all. Woo! Girl went two and beyond. Yes, Lord.
so the next question is, what is your favorite way to show love to me? Or what is your favorite way I show love to you? So I'm going to answer why you think. My favorite way that you show love to me is when you bring me food.
This nigga said it going to food. Golly. That's all?
Because it's, baby, no, it's not all, but that is just like, for instance, everybody know I love tacos. Everybody knows that. So when you bring me tacos, it makes me feel good. It puts me in a good space.
Really?
It puts me in a just
So if I bring you tacos,
ah.
that means if I bring you tacos, shorty, she rocking that. Hungry ass ingredient.
Listen,
Who you talking
I
about?
love
Her or
me
both of
some
us?
tacos, okay? Or even crawfish, but I love me some tacos.
From
So if I'm in a bad mood, bring me some tacos. If I The way you show me love, of course, it's more than just that, but that's one of the things. I mean, I like flowers, but
food is gonna get you. What about that panda?
Panda Express. Panda Express is good too, but if it's fresh,
Don't I
if
get
it's
you?
fresh, I'm gonna be
Don't I get you fresh?
hallelujah.
Don't I get you fresh?
It'll be fresh all the time. They'll tell him that it's fresh, but
I'm
sometimes it's
right
not.
there looking at it.
So, what is your favorite way that I show love to you?
When you out the blue, come give me a hug.
I do it all the time.
I say out the blue.
I do that all the
No, you
time.
don't.
Yes, I do.
I have to come to you.
There are a lot of times, yes, I do. Especially moments when you're sitting on the bed, I'll just walk up to you and give
That's what
you a
I'm saying.
hug.
I'm out the blue moments. It ain't like when I walk in the door, you get up out your seat and come straight to daddy and give me love like my kids do. They at the door.
Thank you all for tuning in that are on here with us tonight. The next question is, what about our relationship makes you happy?
Ooh, I got that answer on the top of my tongue. What about our relationship that makes me happy? And we're finally here
What is here?
together.
Um,
You probably didn't think we was gonna make it. A lot of people thought we weren't gonna make it.
it's more of it's still a shock because it's been a long time coming. We had to go through some things. Still going through some things. So yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
still a
believe
shock.
that he brought us this far to leave
Right.
us. What about you?
Um, it's the same thing that we made it.
Okay.
So the next question is, if you could describe our relationship in one word, what would it be?
Loyalty.
Mine would be different.
What's so different about it?
Everything.
Like,
The fact that you've been gone for so long.
and
That's what makes it different. Everybody ain't in a relationship like this. Everybody don't have the patience for a relationship, a marriage like ours.
you saying a man or
Everybody don't have the understanding
that I
that it
have?
takes to be or to even, yeah. What's your answer?
I just told you. You asked what about our relationship that you asked if you could describe our relationship in one word, what would it be? I say loyalty.
Why?
Cause our relationship, you always been loyal to me for so long. Words can't describe the loyalty in it. You know what I mean? Like you was loyal to me when you had other things going on. Even when I thought you weren't loyal to me, you was. You always kept me in the loop of what was going on with Naisha Marie. So other than that, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna never say you ain't loyal to me. I don't care if you was with Joe Blow. When Gregory Ray pop up, it's me. That's how I feel. Is it wrong to feel like that? No. It's all about me. I know I'm that. You know I'm that. Say I ain't. What? You got a brain for it?
If you could describe what we said that, what is your biggest fear for this relationship?
My biggest fear, I don't have a fear, I have an upset.
You have a fear of what?
It's not a fear, it's something that I'll be upset about.
Oh,
I always tell people sometimes you have to fall apart to grow apart. I mean, to fall apart, fall apart to grow back together. That I'd be upset about if we was to just fall apart. Or maybe we have to grow back together like we did for the past 16 years. A lot of people, they just want to be trees, but I think our relationship is like rooted. I think we have some deep roots. So I don't really think nothing, I ain't gonna say that because I don't know. I don't think nothing could tear us apart. Nothing.
so what do you mean by deep roots? Like, explain that.
Deep roots, me and you, we got history, long history. Some people got history in different aspects. Like we got roots through friends, family, marriage, God. Like we got roots. I believe we have roots. Our relationship have roots in I think every aspect of life, and still gaining roots as we grow. A lot of people they just like trees, branches. They change the season. Even though we change with the season, our roots where we started at is still grounded. Meaning our roots where we met as the church. And we still in the same church, the same people that we've been known with for years. So I feel like that's one of the things we grounded in. We got roots, history, if that makes sense.
It does, but would you say sometimes that history for some people doesn't always be mean it's good, or sometimes history don't mean nothing?
A lot of people say that because a lot of time when I feel like a lot of time when people say history don't mean nothing to them, because they'll look at the bad that happened in that history. They don't like the good. I don't like when people say the bad always outweigh the good. I don't like that. I used to be a firm believer in that, man. Why my bad always got to outweigh my good? But I let my good keep me doing the good that I always been doing, regardless of how bad it's been. So,
Okay. Well, I don't have no fears.
for this relationship,
Yeah,
we always gonna be together.
that's how I feel. And if God decides to do His will and it don't work, of course I'm gonna be feel some type of way. But I'm to the point where I don't have any fears about certain things anymore. I don't know if that's good or bad, but
So no matter what, we together.
that's what's in my head.
No matter what happens,
That's what's in my head.
what's in your heart.
That's what's in my heart. I don't have no fear.
It ain't about fears. I'm saying, things happen in relationships. We see all the time when things happen to people in relationship and they just like, no, I'm just ain't accepting that. I'm gone.
So if it's something like I still have no fears, because if something bad was to happen, let's say if I do something I ain't got no business doing, or I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna leave that, let you have that option to either stay or leave. Do I fear it? No. I think I think I've been through so much in past relationships that I no longer have that fear anymore.
So would you leave if something bad was to happen?
Give me that option and let me decide that.
I'm asking what you just said
I
that
don't
you would.
know.
So what would be the cause of you leaving?
I don't know.
You
I
know.
don't know.
Okay, man.
I don't. It's just when you go through so much, it's like you have a. It's not a wall up. It's not a guard up or nothing like that. It's just you're not bracing yourself for nothing. You're not preparing yourself for nothing. It's just. Do it make sense?
I guess.
It don't make sense. It makes sense in my head, but
I guess I'm not disputing nothing you say, but it is what it is.
so the next one says, "What is one difference between us that you love?"
The difference between us that I love,
Hmm.
we have many differences.
But which one do you love?
None of them. I don't, just being honest. Cause we both, I'm gonna say this, we both. When you say you got patience with me, I feel like sometimes you don't. So which difference you love?
That you have your own mindset. That you don't follow. That you don't follow the crowd. I don't follow the crowd either. But you is in today's society, it's rare that you see a man doing his own thing and following his own. A
Path.
lot of these dudes are copying somebody else.
Well, I learned a long time ago in order to be a good follower, you gotta be a great leader. But these in today's time, by you saying that, you can't just follow everybody. Cause what looks good to one may not look good to all. And then right now, I don't have time to be uh trying to follow somebody. I made a post the other day that said, you know what I mean? If you ain't trying to help me better me or my family, we ain't talking about nothing. You know what I mean? We not. I can't follow nobody but my family.
Right.
They gonna guide me.
So another difference between us that I love is that I'm an overthinker. Gregory is not. When my mind is running a race, I'm the rabbit in the mind. He's the turtle in the mind. Not saying that he's slow because he's far from that, but he's able to think clearly and see clearly. Whereas I'm over here trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to do that. Then it's to the point my head start hurting. My head will start hurting, and then he'll be like, "Baby, just come to bed" or something like that. So that's the difference between the two of us.
Even with my mind overthinking, that we both got that overthinking. I overthink a lot of things, but now I'm getting to the point. That's why the difference I love about her. I just thought about it. She'll tell me, "Is it a difference?" Yes. She'll tell me when I'm overthinking something or when I'm thinking too hard on like a lot of things I shouldn't worry about. So that's the difference between us that I love. That when I'm worried about something, she's not, and I didn't understand it, but now I do. Gradually, I'm understanding the things that she tell me don't worry about because I'm gonna use my mom. My mom like that, and I just be worried about certain things. As a man, I just be worrying about certain things, but we have a lot of opposites that coincide with one another. When she's overthinking, I'm like, man, don't worry about that. When I'm worried about something, she be like, baby, we got this. So if that makes sense,
Hmm. So the last question is, and then we just gonna open it to discuss whatever. The last one is, what is one difference between us that drives you crazy?
when you ignore me, I hate to be ignored. That's the difference we got. She'll ignore me, but when she asks me, I'm right there. I'm attentive. When she ignore me, I don't like to be ignored. I need your undivided attention because I'm gonna give it.
Right, but it's not ignore. It's not. So Gregor has the thing is when he asks you something, he wants you to answer right then and there. I'm not going to answer right then and there.
Yeah, be quick
That's
on
for
your feet.
anybody, but I'm not going to answer you right then and there because I'm not only thinking about what I'm saying, but it's processing what it is you're asking So I'm not, he can't stand. He think I'm ignoring him, but it's not.
So what is it?
I just told you.
What?
It's allowing me time to process what it is I'm getting ready to say.
Okay, baby.
So what's the one thing that drives you? The difference between us that drives you crazy?
The difference between us that drives me crazy. I just told you. Whereas when you ask me or ask for my attention, whatever I'm doing, I give it. When I ask for your attention with something, you be ignoring me. I feel like you ignoring me. Only time I don't stop when I'm doing is when I got my head down and I'm doing this even still. I stop.
Okay, so that was all the questions. As you can see, we answered the question, so now we kind of see what we need to work on and what we're doing a great job at. So now we're gonna open up the floor to other questions that you all may have. Anything else you would like to ask?
You? No, I don't really have no questions. I just believe that in growing a relationship, man, you gotta grow together. You gotta plant them seeds. You gotta water them. You gotta cultivate them. You gotta take out like the question say. We we basically answering questions to each other that another couple on here might have, and they might turn around and ask their spouse, "Hey, what was the most romantic thing we did, or whatever?" Or so. So tonight is just basically like letting me know some things that probably I never would have asked or we never would have shared. Just coming to the table to the light of things, like you know what I mean. I'm always looking for more things to grow our relationship every day. We both are foodies. We both like to go out to eat. So every day I'm looking for a different spots for us to go try. The challenge was good because I'm gonna bring the challenge up because tonight's conversation is crazy. Like how to grow your relationship. When she told me about the challenge, I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna be good." But one of the questions was leave a note for your spouse, and my note was been in the same spot for 5 hours. And I said, "What the hell's going on with us?" She never said nothing about it. And when she finally got it, she smiled. And then her note must have been sitting in the spot for me for so long, but I don't go on my wallet for nothing like that unless I'm getting something to eat or buying something. So the challenge is good for me, for us, I believe. You know what I mean? I've been taking the challenge serious. Uh, I want to do better as a husband in certain areas. I encourage other men, uh, spouses, to do better as a wife or a husband. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy. And I always saying it's not hard. It's about the balance. So, you know, I want to grow this thing like for real. You know, I take my marriage seriously. She know that. I'm always getting on it. You my wife. Or people love when I say that how it rolls off my tongue. My little brother stay telling me that he love when I say that, man, my wife. He be elated to hear me say that. Like, man, I can't wait till my day come and I get to say my wife. So just to hear that I encourage somebody with the words my wife, you know, and I take it serious. I'm not perfect at being a husband. I try to be, but it's hard. But every day I grow in Aisha to get better and better. And to help me to experience this for to help somebody do better and better at being a husband, a fiance, uh, a surrogate, whatever you may be, you know, to a relationship or to a family, is that, you know, give you that experience. You know, I always tell her that experience is your best teacher. So we're giving you some of our experiences to just help me to experience. So, you know, we want a lot of people to grow together and also grow with us. You know, we're an open book. Whatever you want to ask, ask. You know what I mean? Tonight we're a little off, but we here. You know, if y'all got some questions for us that y'all want to ask or know, or have a question that you're afraid to ask your significant other and want to hear our response to it, ask. Right, baby?
Hmm. Yep, he pretty much summed it up. Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Yeah, tonight's gonna be real short because I have to. Our Mother's Day event is coming up Saturday, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to get everything done last night. So yeah. Anything else you want to add?
I want to add this. I know a lot of people not tuning in tonight, but I want to let y'all know this. I said it first. The loneliest place in the world is the human heart, especially when love is absent. Say it one more time. The loneliest place in the world is the human heart, especially when love is absent. And that's my final thoughts on how to grow your relationship.
So next week, what we decided to do is do something different. We played games. We gave advice on some topics. We haven't talked about every single topic. But next week we're gonna do something different. We're gonna do a cooking challenge. The kids, for some reason, brought it to him and said they want to see us do a cook off. So we're gonna go live next Thursday with a cook off,
We might have to start early, 9 o'clock is late.
and may the best chef win.
Y'all know who that gonna be. Do a live date night.
Hmm.
Do a live date night next
Maybe
Thursday. That sound good. A live date night. That sound good. Hmm. I wonder if I could pull that off. A live date night. I, we gotta find a restaurant whenever. Nah, a live date night sound good, but I would like to if we was to do a live date night, I would want to be at a restaurant with a patio out there. You know what I mean? Patio, nice background, answering some questions, or just on a date. Date nights with us be live. We got that vibe, especially when baby put on her do. So it doesn't have to be a restaurant though. Oh, I know because you gave me some good tips. I know. We need to find a babysitter.
we do not need a babysitter.
Yeah, we do. It don't have to be a restaurant. It don't. You don't have nothing else to say, baby.
Yeah. So back to So yeah, next week we're gonna do a cook off. Don't know what the meal is gonna be yet, but it's gonna be a cook off. So make sure you all tune into that. Like he said, we may have to come on just a tad bit earlier. Um, Try to get most of the prepping done out of the way before we come on. But next week we probably go back to 8 o'clock just to start the cooking part first, and then we'll come in with the questions as we cook. But until then, that is all we really had to talk about because we have a lot. Not really a lot, but the last bit of things that we need to get done. So hopefully, with the questions that were asked, you all were able to get some kind of understanding on what tonight was about, which is getting to know your spouse every day because things change. Clearly, things change. Um, so again, the help me experience is like he always saying, help us, help you, help somebody else. We are not perfect by a long shot. Um, we have our moments. Tonight is one of those moments. Um, but thank you all for tuning in, and we appreciate you. We love y'all, and we'll talk to you all next week.